Hi, my name is Georgios Nikolakoudis, and I'm a macroeconomist. My primary focus is in studying how informational and organizational frictions affect business cycles. I also have some work on fiscal policy and housing. The basic premise of much of my work is that firm behavior is an important determinant of the macroeconomy. Moreover, this behavior is shaped by frictions that these firms might be facing. For example, firms might have to make pricing and production plans in advance and under uncertainty, perhaps because shareholders meet infrequently. This would be a particular kind of organizational friction. Or firms might have to set prices while not knowing the prices of all their competitors. This would be a particular kind of informational restriction. My job market paper, entitled Incomplete Information Production Networks, takes these frictions seriously in its modeling of how firms transact with other firms. It assumes that when firms purchase inputs from each other, they do so under uncertainty. Concretely, firms don't observe the full set of shocks that is hitting the economy, but have only partial, incomplete information, such as the cost of what they are directly purchasing. As in the real world, firms might therefore not perfectly know the demand of their products or the productivity of their own sector when making input decisions. Introducing uncertainty in these firm-to-firm transactions completely changes how a shock in a sector or industry propagates through supply chains to affect the broader economy. My main result is that incomplete information changes the effective network structure of the economy. In particular, when there's a lot of productivity uncertainty, think of this as natural disasters, transportation disruptions, or bankruptcies, and so on and so forth, then upstream sectors that are at the top of the supply chain, like oil, electricity, or raw materials, can function as important sources of macroeconomic risk. Conversely, when there's a lot of demand uncertainty, then it shocks to downstream sectors like retail or food services that can be more important. In other words, we can't take the network structure of our economy as an immutable or slow-changing object. We really need to understand how it interacts with uncertainty to study its role in amplifying microeconomic disturbances. In general, my work emphasizes that understanding how firms formulate their pricing and production plans is critical to obtain a better understanding of our economy. As economists, our modeling choices of firms' production choices should not be ad hoc, but with reference to the deep underlying frictions that shape how these firms transact with households or other firms.